Yes, my friends, all signs point to a big week ahead with plenty to talk about. You already know that Howie Roseman is a top-tier general manager. Nobody makes better decisions than he does. The Philadelphia Eagles have an important issue to address before August rolls around. I'll admit it, I'm counting down the hours until we see the Eagles flying high again in this new season. If you believe we're heading back to the Super Bowl, smash that like button. And if you're with me, say it loud. Go Birds! In Howie we trust. The Philadelphia Eagles are setting the tone for what could be a historic 2025 campaign. Forget the noise outside. Inside the building, confidence is sky high, and the foundation has never been stronger. This team isn't just aiming for another division title. The goal is clear: repeat as Super Bowl champions and begin a run of dominance that cements this core as one of the greats in NFL history. Bold? Absolutely. But unrealistic? Not in the slightest. Let's start with what might be the least bold of all the predictions. The Eagles repeat as NFC East champions. That hasn't been done since 2004, but if there's ever been a moment to break that curse, it's now. The Commanders made a splash by drafting Jaden Daniels, and while he's already flashed star potential, the Eagles hung 55 points on Washington in last year's NFC Championship. That says a lot. Their defense was leaky, they couldn't stop the run, and they're relying on a core of aging veterans. Meanwhile, the Eagles bring the best offensive line in football, an elite running back in Saquon Barkley, and Jalen Hurts, who just so happens to be coming off a Super Bowl MVP performance. Dallas? They've got a new head coach in Brian Schottenheimer, and let's be real, there's a reason he hadn't received serious consideration as a head coach or play caller for years. They added George Pickens, but Dak Prescott is recovering from a torn hamstring and just had an underwhelming season. Their defense is already banged up. Over in New York, the Giants have a fierce defensive front, but the rest of the roster is average, and Russell Wilson doesn't exactly strike fear in the hearts of Eagles fans anymore. If the Eagles stay healthy, not only is the division theirs to lose, but another deep playoff run seems inevitable. Now let's talk about the engine of this team, Saquon Barkley. Coming off a monster 2024 season, he's chasing history again. He could become the first player in NFL history to rush for over 2,000 yards in back-to-back seasons. And he might not just do it, he might make it look easy. Last year, he didn't even need to suit up for the season finale. Physically, he looks the best he ever has. He's revamped his off-season training to stay fresh. Add to that an elite line in front of him and weapons like A.J. Brown, DeVonta Smith, and Dallas Goedert taking attention away. The possibilities are endless. Speaking of Goedert, don't sleep on him. He's in a contract year, and motivation is high. His best touchdown season was back in 2019 with 5. Expect him to match or beat that this year, especially if the Eagles start feeding him more in the red zone. Sure, he's the fourth option on offense, but make no mistake, he's a top-tier tight end and a complete football player. Coaches and scouts know it. Fans should recognize it too. Then there's Jordan Mailata. He was nothing short of dominant last season and still got snubbed from the All-Pro team. That ends in 2025. His PFF grades were elite. He led all offensive tackles and overall grade in run blocking, and was second in pass protection. The Aussie is a cornerstone on this line and finally gets the recognition he's earned. On the other side of the line, Tyler Steen is stepping into a big role at right guard. The team let go of Mekhi Becton with confidence because of their belief in Steen's development. Drafted in the 3rd round, he's a physical beast with elite athleticism. He's adjusting from college tackle to NFL guard, and all signs point to a breakout season. Offensive line coach Jeff Stoutland believes in him, and that usually means big things. Now, let's talk quarterback. Jalen Hurts isn't just expected to perform, he's being unleashed. New offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo brings a fresh set of ideas that could elevate Hurts to another level. Patullo seems eager to prove himself, and Hurts is coming off one of the best stretches of his career. If the Eagles tilt more toward the passing game, it opens everything up. Defenses won't be able to key in on the run, and Hurts could easily find himself back in the MVP conversation, finishing top 5 in voting if things break right. Defensively, there's no shortage of potential. Jalen Carter is primed to become a first-team All-Pro. Last season, he was already second team, and now the spotlight is fully on him. He may not always have the gaudy numbers, but anyone who's seen him up close knows this guy takes over games. He's smart, he's powerful, and he's relentless. It's his time. And what about Nolan Smith? From 1 sack in his rookie season to 6.5 last year, and now, without Brandon Graham and Josh Sweat ahead of him, Smith is poised for a full-on breakout. Expect double-digit sacks from a guy with elite bend, twitch, and hustle. He's stepping into a leadership role, and with a contract extension on the horizon, there's no better time to shine. Jordan Davis is another name to watch. He's finally putting it all together. After flashing late last season and into the playoffs, he showed he can be one of the league's most disruptive linemen. He's slimmed down, improved his conditioning thanks to an obsession with Peloton, and with Milton Williams gone, the opportunity is massive. Davis could become a true three-down force. At linebacker, all eyes are on Jihad Campbell. If he stays healthy, he could be in the running for Defensive Rookie of the Year. His explosiveness, versatility, and aggression scream Vic Fangio, and pairing him with Zach Bond gives the Eagles a high-upside duo. Campbell's range and physicality could be a game-changer, especially with Nakobe Dean recovering from injury. So here's the question, what do you think? Can Saquon really go back-to-back with 2,000-yard seasons? Is this the year Jordan Davis finally explodes? Let me know in the comments below. And let's not stop there, because this defense might just be the most quietly dangerous unit in the league. We're talking about a secondary that's young, hungry, and already playing like veterans. Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, Philadelphia's top 2 picks from the 2024 NFL Draft, are now entering year 2, and if year 1 was any indication, the ceiling here is through the roof. Mitchell straight up locked down some of the NFL's top receivers last season. He showed physicality, quickness, and rare instincts for a rookie cornerback. Then you've got DeJean, who was one of the highest-rated corners in football. Together, they bring versatility, intelligence, and swagger to the Eagles' secondary. And here's the bold prediction. Both of them make the Pro Bowl in 2025. It's not a stretch. It's a projection rooted in how fast they've developed and how critical they've become to Fangio's scheme. That's huge because they're not just talented, they're complementary. Mitchell's a technician on the outside with elite mirror skills. DeJean can play anywhere, outside, inside, deep. His role in the slot gives him more flexibility to make plays all over the field, and he'll face fewer high-level threats there compared to outside guys, which means more chances to stand out statistically. These two give the Eagles something they've lacked in recent years, a lockdown tandem that can actually match up with today's explosive offenses. Now let's address special teams, because that's a phase of the game that often gets overlooked until it costs you a playoff win. Jake Elliott had a down year by his standards in 2024, but the team made a subtle but significant change. They moved on from longtime long snapper Rick Lovato and brought in Charlie Hewlett from Cleveland. The belief is that some of Elliott's struggles came from inconsistent snaps. Now with Hewlett snapping cleanly, expect Elliott to bounce back strong. He's proven he can be clutch when it matters, and a return to form would be massive for close games. Inside the trenches, another name you can't ignore is Moro Ojomo. With Milton Williams now in New England, Ojomo steps into a bigger role alongside Jalen Carter. And don't be surprised if he outperforms Williams this year, not just compared to what Williams did last year in Philly, but even in New England. Ojomo has flashed in limited snaps, and now with the reps increasing, he has a real shot to break out. Let's wrap it all up with the biggest prediction of all. The Eagles run it back and win the Super Bowl. Again. That's right, back-to-back. It's hard. The schedule is brutal. The expectations are sky high. But this team has the pieces. They've got the quarterback. They've got the coach. They've got the trenches, the depth, the culture, the hunger. Unlike the two